Majo John Madden. In Mexico, they call me Juanito, which translates as Johnny, which was my favorite childhood nickname. I've been in Mexico almost 2 years. I am so angry at Trump. So angry. What a disgusting excuse for a human being to use one more grievous tragedy as a chance to try to score cheap political points about DEI, and to speak so disrespectfully of Mayor Pete Buttigieg, who did such a fine job. And thank God Pete shot back right away and clarified how great his administration's record was on air safety. Oh, I've run through things like whatever hospital signed a birth certificate claiming he was human should retract it, because he's acting so inhuman. He does not deserve the honor of being called a human being, much less president. It takes an hour of me walking around this sweet pueblo of Acamal to shake off the dirt that accumulates from 20 minutes of paying attention to U.S. politics. It is so slimy, so disgusting. And the people of Mexico have so much grace and dignity. One of the things I wanted to say, blue sky social media doesn't give me enough characters, so I have to make a video. I wanted to say every Mexican person I pass on the street has twice the dignity and grace of that miserable excuse of a person. He's disgusting. I wanted the Kansas senators who converged on the airport this morning, both Republicans, to distance themselves from what he said, to say, how dare you use this tragedy that has befallen our state and our constituents as a chance to try to score your cheap political points, you disgusting puke. God, he's a disgusting puke. I'm so angry. So angry. I have to go back and walk on the streets some more and see the sweet people of Mexico who are being so casually written off by him. I'm sure he doesn't consider them to be fully humans. There's evidence that J.D. Vance was influenced by a book that used the term unhuman to refer to the other. Not that he views any person as a real person. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that his family warped him in such a terrible way. Mary Trump does such a great job of communicating to us that he is a monster. He is absolutely a monster, but he came by it honestly. It wasn't his fault. I want to weep. I really want to weep. The poor people of Mexico. The average Mexican does not even know yet the horrors that are unfolding for Latin Americans in the U.S., Mexicans in the U.S. who, Vance and Trump said, well, we're going after the criminals. What their code is the fact that they don't have documents makes them criminals, so we're going to lock them up in some kind of detention facility, rip the babies away from them because we kind of like that. That's kind of fun, and we want to terrify them. They're pawns in our political game. They're not people. If they knew the Mexicans I know, what good people. They're spectacular people. Spectacular, almost to a person. In 2 years, I've met one person who was so obviously damaged from something in his childhood that he was not a good person. 2 years of hanging mostly with Mexicans, because mostly I've traveled in places where there are not Americans. I've met one person who was half as slimy as Trump. Okay, it's enough of that rant. Thank you for listening, anybody who did.